Okay, are you ready for this one?
I'm ready.
My new neighbor's parties are creeping me out.
Okay, my new neighbor's parties are creeping me out.
I, 25 male, just moved into a duplex. Rent is affordable, it's nice to finally escape the apartment life, and I'm so excited to be able to have a garden. I feel that. Everything has been great so far, except my neighbors/ housemates are giving me weird vibes. I live in one half of the house, and a couple, probably mid-30s, lives on the other side. Let's call them Arden and Andrea. I haven't met them yet, but in the week I've been here, something kind of strange has been happening. 2 times they've had a bunch of people over, like 15 people. For reference, the house isn't super big to begin with, so 15 people on their side is likely a bit of a squeeze. But the weird thing is that there's zero noise from their side, like complete silence. Our walls are not thick. I hear when they vacuum. Do you think 15 people hanging out would bleed through the walls, but nothing? The people they've had over also look to be in their 30s, and they all walk up to the door, go in, and then nothing. I don't know why it's creeping me out, but that's 17 people on the other side of the wall and zero noise. They're in there for about an hour or so, and then they all leave. Has anyone ever had anything like this before, or have any ideas what they might be doing? I don't want to say anything because that'd be weird, but I also want to know what goes on over there.
Okay, one, what's the parking situation? and and two, I live in a duplex and I can hear when they're in the bathtub,
Mm-hmm.
like when the water's
Most duplexes,
sloshing.
I've lived in a duplex as well.
Mm-hmm.
Most of them are not, like, you can hear a lot typically, or you can at least hear something.
You can hear people talking.
Yes.
So like, how are that many people in a? Do they have like a silent observation hour?
This comment says they're all just quietly standing on the other side of the wall listening for you, OP. They're there for you. Mwahahaha.
They're like, let's spy on your neighbor.
Well, luckily for you, Katie, I do have an update. Don't look.
I need to look.
Get out of here. All right, update.
I'm listening.
Wow, did not expect this post to get this much attention. Y'all had a bunch of ideas I had not thought of as to what my neighbors were doing last week. Unfortunately, I'm still confused, if not more confused than I was before. I made cookies yesterday and took them over this morning to introduce myself and maybe ask what they're up to if it came up naturally. And I can say 100% there is something weird going on with the neighbors. The woman opened the door and I said, hey, and my name, and that I moved in next door and offered her the cookies. So they introduced themselves. She looked at me for like 15 seconds without saying anything, like a head to toe kind of look, and then smiled really big and was like, hi, I'm Andrea. Welcome to the neighborhood. And then she asked if I wanted to come over on Sunday night because they're having a gathering. I asked what kind of gathering, and she said just to bring a notebook and a pen. I asked why, and she said it's going to be fun and I'll meet new people, and just kind of smiled at me. I was creeped out, y'all. I said I'd have to check my schedule, and she looked like she knew I was stalling, but she said she hoped I could make it. And then I went back to my side of the house. Anyway, I don't know if I should go because if it's something religious, I am not interested. And if it's something else, I don't want to just go in blind. What should I do? And what do you think it is?
Okay, what do you think it is?
I already know what it is because I've
Dang
already heard
it.
this story, part of the story.
Okay. I'm thinking it's like a weird, like really dedicated writers group, and they go in and they're like, nobody talk, nobody make a noise. It's writing time. There's like minds all together.
Just you have to sit in total silence.
Yeah, we're
just
going
writing.
either that direction
That would-
or like your neighbor's a vampire and it's feeding time. Everybody's just in a line.
They're like into it.
Yeah, they're like, take my blood.
Oh,
Rah.
get me. Like, yes. Oh, this comment says MLM.
Oh my god. Would you like to sell? Insert
OP
MLM
said,
here.
OP said, oh shit, hadn't considered, but I'm still stuck on the zero noise thing too.
Zero noise is so freaking weird.
Well, we've got another update to read.
Okay.
This was a bit longer than the other two.
Okay.
Okay, guys, thank you for all your ideas and thoughts on whether I should go or not. If you missed my first 2 posts, the TLDR is that I moved into a duplex and my neighbors had a bunch of people over, but I would never hear any noise through the very thin walls, which was weird. I went and introduced myself and got invited to one of these gatherings with no info except to bring a notebook and pen. Even though some people said I shouldn't go, I went. And I just got back and I have a lot to update you on and am also not entirely sure what just happened, so please hang with me.
They went?
They went.
Oh my gosh. I've had something in my eye, so I'm like digging on my eyeball while you're reading, so I missed half of that.
So they went to the party. They just got back and they're updating Reddit on what happened.
Okay.
Or the gathering, not party. The gathering. All right. So Andrea said 8 o'clock, and at about 7:45, people started showing up like they did last week. I waited a few more minutes and then went over and knocked on their door with the notebook and pen she asked me to bring. A woman I didn't recognize opened the door, and I said Andrea invited me over. She introduced herself and led me inside. We walked through the living room and kitchen, which were normal. I was expecting bondage gear after y'all who were like, it's a sex thing. And she opened a door in the hall. Those of you who are wondering if they had a basement on their side were right.
I didn't even think about that.
We don't really have basements in Oklahoma because our soil's not good for it, but they're in other parts, they're a lot more common. So I didn't, when I first heard this story, I didn't think about a basement either because it's just not something that a lot of homes have here.
Especially a duplex.
Although if it was a duplex, or if it was originally a larger home that was then cut up into a duplex, sometimes then like one side of the house will have like the basement and one side will have an attic or something like that. You know what I mean? It just kind of depends on the actual layout of the home. Okay. But to be fair, I know a lot more about just homes in general because real estate.
Real estate.
Okay, so they walked through and they went into the basement. We walked down the stairs, and in the unfinished basement were all the people I've seen going into their house. They were milling around chatting, and there were chairs in a few rows. But the weirdest thing was on the walls. Dozens of posters of people, cats, dogs, and items, like missing posters, and sticky notes all around them too.
Is it like a secret group of, I just read a book where they have like a kind of like a Reddit group, but it's not Reddit, it's something else, where they like talk about cold cases and they try to solve them. Is that where this is going? You might
be on the right track.
Oh my gosh.
Andrea came up to me and was like, you came, yay. And she introduced me to her husband, and I was like, what is this? And they told me that they run a group that tries to find missing people, pets, and items to collect the reward money.
Oh, to collect reward money? That's freaking awesome.
I was like, ... what? And they kept explaining, but I honestly tuned them out. I was panicking more than a little bit because of all the things y'all said might be going on. This was not something I'd considered or prepared for in my mind. I asked if they'd ever actually solved anything, and Andrea said that they found a few pets and stolen items and feel like they have some leads on people. They introduced me to a few other attendees, and then the meetings, for lack of a better word, began. Andrea and her husband stood at the front while everybody else sat on the chairs and called people up who I guess had been like assigned different cases who gave updates on their progress. Like this one couple came up and talked about how they'd gone to the police station to ask about a missing woman in the county, and the police hadn't told them anything. Like, duh, why would they? And the guy got up and gave his theory on a briefcase that was stolen out of someone's car. It was so weird, but if I had gotten up and left, everyone would have seen me, and I didn't want to stand out. I feel that so bad.
Oh my gosh.
At the end of the meeting, Andrea called me up and pulled a missing cat poster off the wall and told me it was my first case. I was too stunned to say anything, so I just took it and sat back down. And when the thing ended, I got the hell out of there, and now I'm writing this.
Sucks that that's your neighbor. You can't really, like, avoid them that well.
You literally share a house.
Yeah, for real.
So Reddit, my new neighbors run a civilian bounty hunter ring out of their basement, which is why I didn't hear any noise through the walls, and I'm supposed to be looking for an orange cat named Peaches who has a $200 reward. What the fuck do I do? Anticipating a question, I have no idea what they do with the money they did get. I did not want to hang around and dig any deeper. I guess this isn't the weirdest thing the more I think about it, but I don't want to be a member of whatever this is.
That's fair.
Edit. Now that some of the shock has worn off, this is kind of rad, and I feel it may be my moral duty to hashtag find peaches.
Hashtag find peaches.
And there's another edit that says, yes, I'm looking for peaches. There have been a few developments too that I'm trying to deal with. I may post another update at some point.
Okay, so they're like used to the weirdness now. It's not that weird, but like it was definitely odd. Let's just invite a whole bunch of people and then our neighbors won't know or hear anything. And
I mean, you don't have a duty to like explain to your new neighbor
no.
why people are over and like what you're doing, whether it's in your basement or not.
Yes, but it is odd. A weekly thing, and they invited them, but there's like no noise ever.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is interesting, but I don't have very much energy towards this story, if that makes sense.
Well, so the whole reason I really wanted to read this story is because I heard this on a couple other podcasts and YouTube channels, but there's another update that I didn't get to hear, so I haven't read it. I don't know
Okay.
what the new update is, and I really wanted to read it with you
I
on
love
our
it.
channel
Okay.
because I haven't heard this update on any other channel yet.
Wait, how old is it?
Only like a week old. So the first one was 8 days. First update was 7 days. Second update was 5 days, and this update was 1 day ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Y'all are just gonna have to get used to me digging in my eyeball this whole entire episode.
I'll try to cut it out as much as I can.
You're not gonna be able to. What's in my eye?
Can you
Chat
see?
GPT, what is in my eye?
Drop it in the comments. What's in Katie's eye?
There's a dirt in my eye.
Just a dirt.
A dirt.
Update number 3 to my new neighbor's parties are creeping me out. Okay, first off, I did not expect these posts to get so much attention. I've loved seeing how enthusiastically you guys have been campaigning for Peaches to be found. I'm actively looking for her, but the situation has progressed. Monday afternoon, I got a knock on my door, and it was Andrea. She thanked me for coming on Sunday and asked me what my plan was for Peaches. I told her I was going to call her owner and ask some questions. We exchanged pleasantries, and she went back to her side. Tuesday, I got a string of texts from her asking if I'd found Peaches yet. I said no, but that I'd spoken to her owner, an older lady, gonna go look around her property with her permission. She replied with a frowny face emoji. Wow, the way they spelled frowny.
Frowny. Frowny face.
That took me a second.
A frowny face.
She replied with a frowny face emoji. Wednesday, I got another text. Hey, where is little Peaches? Looking forward to that reward money. Let us know when you've found her. I texted back and asked what the money was for. No response. Today, Andrea knocked on my door again. I opened it. She asked if I had found Peaches yet. I said no.
If you don't shut the
Right? This
Leave me
is
alone.
crazy. This ain't even no cat, girl. Why
I'm
you want that
trying.
money? I said no and asked her directly why she was pressuring me about the reward. She got super defensive and basically admitted that the club takes a massive cut of any reward money and that she relies on it to help with rent. This was weird.
Oh my god.
This was weird because to my knowledge, they haven't had a huge amount of success with finding stuff. So question mark, question mark.
They pay rent.
She asked me not to say anything to any other group members. I said I wouldn't, but also said that I didn't want to participate in the group anymore. She said she understood, but left kind of annoyed. But don't worry, Reddit. I am looking for Peaches.
I am looking. I'm dead.
I am invested at this point, and I'm pretty sure y'all would hound me down if I didn't. Hound me down? Hunt me down? Bro, can you type?
OP, take a deep breath. Now type slowly.
Read before you post. Just a little proofread, okay? Thank you for listening to this rambling and unexpected update. If anything else happens regarding Peaches, I will post another update, but that's all for now. Oh, and thank you for the cat finding advice. A few people suggested using a laser, putting food outside around where she lives, checking with next door neighbors, because cats usually don't go far. That's true.
I had no idea.
I'm satisfied with that update, actually, but I feel like there might be another update.
I hope there's another update.
I hope they find Peaches.
I hope they find Peaches, and I hope the neighbor gets evicted.
I hope they keep the reward money when they find Peaches.
Yeah. You're like, I'm not part of your group. I get to keep this money,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to use it
to help with my rent.
Yeah! My rent! Not your rent.
That's crazy that they're just taking some of the money for their
like,
rent.
It's like, how can we make rent this month? Ooh, let's start a group.
Let's start a club
where we make everybody else do the work and they bring us money. Wow. So smart.
That's a great idea, Katie. We should start a club like that.
Oh my god.
You guys want to
Okay.
join?
Yeah, we're looking for missing children, missing cats, missing dogs, missing shoes, whatever.
Oh my gosh, LOL. And someone in the last update had the gall to ask me why I called your neighbors callous. Andrea's group sounds really, really gross. If I were running a similar group, I'd use the reward money to put towards more flyers, search parties, or even donating to other missing persons rewards.
That would be the ethical thing to do.
Yeah. Or at
Didn't
least
we
like
think of that.
at least using like the money for like the snacks and stuff at the party. You know what I mean?
like contributing back towards the people that are working their booties off for you.
Yes.
So I don't know.
I mean, this just sounds like any business though, honestly.
Yeah, for real.
Okay, Katie. Are you and Roxy ready for this update?
Yes.
Are you ready, Roxy? Okay.
Yeah.
The title is I Found Peaches. My friends meet Peaches. There was a photo, there is no longer a photo. Can't believe this crazy saga of events, but I am so grateful for all of you who have been following it with me and rooting for Peaches. Things took a turn for the better and the worse in the last 2 days. The first thing is that I went to Peaches' previous owner's house, yes, you read that right, and looked around the property. I asked her questions about Peaches and showed her this thread. I don't think she really understood Reddit. She's 82. But she was blown away that so many people were rooting for her kitty to be found. After work, I've been going out in the neighborhood with a flashlight, Peach's bowl, a laser, and my best.
Did you
like
they
that?
spell that?
PS. I knocked on Linda's, the owner, neighbors' houses, and one of them let me look in her crawl space. And lo and behold, sweet little Peaches had gotten in there and hadn't been able to find a way back out. I took her back to Linda, who was so happy to see her again. I obviously refused the money and also didn't let Andrea know I found her. Boom, boom.
Pause. How long has Peaches been missing?
I don't know.
Cause stuck in a crawl space with no way out. Bless you. You want to sit down?
Roxy, you're blocking the camera, girl. Thank you.
Yes. Good.
That brings us to today. I got a call from Linda. She told me how grateful she was to have Peaches back, but that she's moving into an assisted living facility next month and told me it's getting harder for her to take care of Peaches. She asked me if I would take her, and I said yes immediately. I've always had cats, but fortuitously didn't have one now. So I went and picked up Peaches and her bowl and toys and told Linda she could come visit as often as she wanted and promised I would text her frequent pictures and videos.
That's cute.
That's the amazing part. The less amazing part is that Andrea came banging on my door. Either she'd seen me bringing Peaches in or heard from someone she'd been found. I didn't open the door but called through it asking what was up. Andrea started yelling, asking where the money was. I told her I didn't take it and she yelled that I had no right to do that it was hers because she gave me the assignment to find Peaches. I told her I did what I thought was right. She went home, but I don't feel totally safe here anymore. Thankfully, my lease wasn't locked in, and I found a new place to live in a neighborhood closer to the facility that Linda's moving into. Ironically, it's another duplex, but my housemate is a sweet old man, and he said he's buying treats just so he can give them to Peaches sometimes, so I'm not crying, you're crying.
Aww.
If you've stuck with this story, thank you. Crazy to think that what started as curiosity, why my neighbors' parties were totally silent, led to a new living space and the sweetest little fluffball I've ever known. Finally, in honor of Peaches, and because these posts have gotten so much attention, I set up a GoFundMe for a local shelter that cares for senior cats who have a lot of medical expenses. The link is in the comments and my profile about site. If you can please donate all the proceeds, go right to them. No club gets a cut. So much love to you all, and forever #FoundPeaches. Also, because the saga blew up and I'm trying to have a music career, I would feel remiss if I didn't mention I make music. I'm on Spotify. I'm gonna cut that shit.
Hashtag listen to my SoundCloud. Cut that shit too.
Guess what, Katie?
What? There's another
All
one?
of them were removed by the moderators because it was a scam. Part, if not all of the story, is fake. OP posted a photo claiming they found Peaches, who was then gifted to them, and they asked for support with the cost through a GoFundMe in their last update post. Huge thanks to the readers who quickly found OP's Instagram account with photos featuring the same cat, then described as their longtime pet by a different name.
That's messed up.
So I found the update, and then shortly thereafter, all of this stuff was deleted, and I read the scam alert thing, and so I was like, I have got to get Katie.
There was no creepy neighbor?
No, it's all just a freaking scam. I know.
deceased. I'm so mad. They found Peaches, was so excited. She's gonna live next to Linda at the facility or near the facility.
Near the facility.
But it's freaking fake.
Yep. I just had. Isn't that crazy?
I'm angry. No, I'm not angry. I'm trying to figure out my feelings. I am.
Mind blown that people can go to these fucking lengths to just like take other people's money, I guess. Like what was the point of the GoFundMe? Was the point the music?
Give me all your money.
You're gonna do the GoFundMe and be like,
I-
I'm also a musician and throwing your name out there.
So-
And then like you're probably gonna get caught.
yeah, let's start your career in music out with lies. Actually, you know what? That's probably how most people start. Maybe not like stealing money from people because of disabled cats.
Yep.
That's sad. Not disabled. Differently abled.
Wait, was it? Oh yeah, I guess the GoFundMe was for disabled cats.
Yeah.
Differently abled
medically
cats. Disadvantaged.
Oh, you scared me. Hi.
She's like, pet me.
Pet me or else. Rah.